Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on October the 8th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start out by taking a look at our calendar here. So today we had the FOMC meeting, and nothing new out of this. They can't really fill the gap, the void created by the stimulus package. So we had talked about the stimulus, President Trump pulling out of the stimulus negotiations yesterday, and then there was a comment from President Trump last night saying, however, he will open up the negotiations again if Democrats give money to the airlines and stuff like that. So basically, Nancy Pelosi went back and they're basically re-looking at the stimulus package once again. So because of that, we have seen things go back and forth here. So we saw stock markets go up as a result, because that's renewed hope that something will get passed in terms of the stimulus plan, and hence things turned around like we had talked about the potential of yesterday. So that's where we stand. Right now, things will be volatile because there may be more back and forth. So, the stimulus talks are done, but not done. Okay, coming up on Thursday here, we have Bank of England, Governor Bailey speaking. We have Bank of Canada as well, and we have Reserve Bank of Australia Financial Stability Review. So a lot of central bank bankers speaking. We have Swiss National Bank, Chairman Jordan speaking here as well. So, overall, a lot of central bankers here. So today, another thing we have to keep in mind here. Yesterday there was, today, there was a volatility in British pound as well, because there were concerns that UK may pull out of the trade talks if there is no agreement reached by October 15th. So there were some comments to that or rumors to that effect. So there was a bit of volatility because there isn't any sort of positive movement in terms of the Brexit talks yet. All right, so let's go on to our charts. We'll start off with euro dollar here. So we see that euro has pulled back today. So we had discussed yesterday, if President Trump goes back in terms of the stimulus negotiations, we may see stuff go back up, and that's what happened today. And as a result of that, we saw euro go up and all the yen crosses went up, and we saw the stock market go up. So now we do have a bullish candle close, but it's right into resistance at the moment. So we have to watch out here if price doesn't go through this 1.1780. Right into the top here. So as long as it holds below that, it can still drop, but right now this is neutral. It's sitting in the neutral territory. It's not, it hasn't gone through the high, it hasn't gone through the bottom. So right now it is neutral. So we need to see it either go through the resistance or drop through the support here. So right now this is looking more range bound than anything else. So if it holds below today's high, I will look for a drop, but then it could turn around here. So we'll have to wait and see here. A neutral bias here for euro dollar, but if it holds below today's high, chances are it's going to drop. So we'll keep an eye on the 1.1780 and then 1.1800 level here. Pound dollar here, we see that price has bounced off of the support level here. It has really struggled with this support level. So now we could see a move back towards the top of the range. So as we can see here, it's been trading in this little range here for the last week or so here. It's been stuck here. Price has been coming into the support and getting pushed off of here. So today we do see a bullish candle close, and if it holds, we could see a move back towards the high. And then this is an important major support resistance here. So if it doesn't go through, we could see a drop from there. So we'll have to watch this as well. I would expect volatility with the stock market as well as the US dollar. We'll see how this whole stimulus back and forth excuse me, plays out. And then based on that, we'll be able to see. So expect volatility in the short term here. Aussie dollar here, we have seen a move higher in this as well. However, the candle close hasn't been that strong here. So with this one, I am neutral here as well. We are seeing knee-jerk reaction. So if it holds below this support resistance level, 0.7150, then we're likely to see a drop in this towards 0.7060. So right now, bias is neutral. As long as it holds below today's high, I'm looking for a drop, but it can also go into the resistance. So it's right in the middle right now, and no real direction. So neutral bias for this one. New Zealand dollar, this one is looking bearish. We have a small bearish move here today. I will look for a further drop into 0.6540 and then potentially into 0.6500. However, what may happen is we may get one of these as well. So again, this one is neutral to bearish. It's not extremely bearish. It's not bullish either. But overall, this is more biased to the downside than we saw for Australian dollar. So neutral to bearish here for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, this one went into the resistance and then wasn't really able to hold above the resistance. So we have seen a bearish candle close here. It's still trading in a range, so we have to be careful. But once we see a drop, then I will look for a move back towards 1.3120. So bearish bias for dollar CAD. Watch out for the support. Last time it got stuck into the support, so we could see a turnaround there. So watch out for support level here. Bias is bearish. Once it gets through the support, then we are looking at 1.3120. All right, let's take a look at silver here. Silver is looking bullish. It's actually stuck in a range. So for over a week here, it's been trading in this range, came into the support with the President Trump turning around in terms of stimulus talks. He did say he's open to signing it with the airline support. And we did see that turnaround. So that turnaround has created positive sentiment, or him going back on his words, which we had talked about yesterday, because something like this, you can't just shut it down. There's a lot at stake. So with that turnaround that we see a positive sentiment across the board. So should that continue, we're looking for this one to go higher as well towards the top of this range that it's been trading in. So bullish bias 24.50 is the target for silver. Gold here, gold not looking that great. It's still neutral. So with this one, if it fails to break through, we could see price drop. So at this point, compared to silver, this one is weaker here. So if it holds below this 1900 level, we could still see the drop. However, once it goes through, then I'm looking for price to move higher into 1920 and then potentially 1930 level here. So right now for gold, I'm neutral. Oil here, oil is still stuck. It has not really broken, or it hasn't been able to break through this resistance here. Very, very small neutral candle close here. So in this case, if it holds below 40.50, we could see a move back towards the support level here, back into the bottom of the range at 76.80. So neutral bias here for oil. Copper here, copper is not, copper turned around here as well. This is looking bullish and it's right into the top of the range. So we have to be careful here. If it doesn't go through, it can turn around. It has been choppy back and forth here. So, or I should say volatile back and forth here. Now, once it gets through the resistance though, then we are looking at the higher levels. So bullish bias with caution, but 3.05 is the next target for copper. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin is still stuck in the range. It hasn't really done a whole lot. It's just bouncing back and forth at the moment. So this one is looking neutral as well for the time being. So we may see a move towards 10,750. Not looking super trending here at the moment. So neutral bias for Bitcoin. S&P 500, so this is where we saw the turnaround here. Price has reversed this move because of the comments from President Trump in regards to potentially moving forward with the stimulus if a stimulus for airline gets approved. Now, one thing to notice here is price is into resistance here. And if it doesn't break through, it can reverse just like it did previously here. So that will be the caution. We have to watch out for that and expect volatility. But once it goes through though, once it closes to the other side, we're looking at 34.75. So for now, bias is bullish for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, same thing. It turned around yesterday, and now we have a bullish candle close. Now it is still, it's stuck in a range at the moment, hasn't really gone through the range. So at this point, this is looking bullish, 11,635. If it doesn't go through that, then we will look for the move back into the range here. So for now, bullish bias, 11,635 is the next target. Dow Jones here, this one is looking bullish as well. It is right into this resistance. So this is where price has been struggling over the last a while here. Next target here is 28,800. So bullish bias for Dow Jones as well. DAX here, DAX did go through the resistance level and has closed on the other side. So this is looking bullish as well. 13,000 is the next target and 13,250 the target after that. So bullish bias here for DAX. FTSE here, this one is still stuck in a range. It still hasn't managed to break through and go to the other side yet. So as long as it holds below, this is still in that neutral territory. Once it goes through though, then it will become bullish, and then we'll look at 60-50. For now though, bias is neutral here for FTSE. And then last but not least, we have Nikkei here. Nikkei is looking quite bullish here. And next target would be 23,600, which is the top of the range here. And if it manages to go through the resistance, then we're looking at further levels here all the way into 23,780. So for now, bullish bias for Nikkei as well. All right, so that's it. We will wrap it up here. Have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.